What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the debut album from the band Godthrymm, entitled Reflections. This is released on Profound Lore Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Halifax, West Yorkshire in the United Kingdom, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very dark, melancholy, epic style of doom metal. Yeah. When I first read the press release about this particular band and their debut full-length album, I was very interested and intrigued as to how things were going to be presented here, because this is a band that features people who were notable for their time being involved in some very, very notable acts within British underground metal. Projects that come to mind would be most notably My Dying Bride and Solstice, but some of these guys also were involved in projects such as Anathema and Valenfire most recently. So that really caught my attention, and upon getting to know Godthrymm a little bit better, I was introduced to their previous EPs from several years ago. 2018's A Grand Reclamation and 2019's Dead in the Studio. Just to give you a glimpse of what this band was all about, and they play this really, really straightforward sort of style of doom metal. Emotionally charged vocals, very heavy riffs, great drum work. Just a very total package sort of band going on here. So my expectations were a little on the high side when I found out about this debut full-length from them. And now here we are with that debut full-length in the form of Reflections. It's 8 tracks, and it clocks in at around 54.5 minutes in length. And pretty much going into this album, you got to really prepare yourself for what you're going to be hearing and witnessing with an album like Reflections. And once you do get through listening to it, it definitely feels like a cathartic listening experience, because you have these very talented musicians who know exactly what they're doing and how to get the job done. And they deliver a very beautifully executed and very beautifully paced record. I mean, from the moment you hear the opening parts of Monsters Lurk Herein, you already know what you're going to be in for with an album like this, and this is just straight up beautiful, beautiful doom metal, and probably one of my favorite doom metal releases to come from 2020 so far. Musically, this is just some breathtaking stuff to listen to. I really love the melodies. I love the guitar playing. I love how powerful these riffs are, especially upon the first couple of tracks throughout this album, like I mentioned earlier with Monsters Lurk Herein, but also with songs like The Sea as My Grave, The Grand Reclamation, and of course the longest track on here with Cursed Are the Many. Just some very, very epically composed songs going on here, and I really love the detail with the riffs, the chords, everything that you would expect out of a doom metal style album. You get that here with Reflections, and these riffs sound very beautiful, very monstrous at points, but it definitely gets the job done. The bass work on here is pretty hammering too. Very well played, very well heard. Definitely holds its own against the riffs that are accompanied throughout this album. The drumming on this album is fantastic. I definitely love how well put together, well produced, and well paced this drum work is. Of course, since it's a doom metal album, you're going to get some long, methodical pacing going on here with these drum parts. But I definitely believe this drum performance is very solid, and it gets the job done. And one thing that makes Godthrymm worthy of an epic doom metal tag would have to be the vocals. I love the vocal delivery. It's aggressive. It's done in a singing style, but the way that he's singing is very aggressive, very emotional, very powerful stuff going on here, and you definitely want to pay attention to every single word that he says, because it holds your attention and it makes you want to feel. It gives you the feels, basically, listening to this emotional vocal performance being done here. It is just so awesome. So overall, This is some high quality doom metal made by some high quality musicians. If you are into any of the bands that these guys were involved in previously, if you've heard Godthrymm stuff before, you're going to find something special here with Reflections. This is some high quality doom metal going on here. So if I had to think of any personal favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say Monsters Lurk Herein, Among the Exalted, The Sea is My Grave, Cursed Are the Many is an amazing track. So, yeah, what I'm going to do is I'll leave you some links in the description box of how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will leave you a link to the Profound Lore Records Bandcamp page where you can listen to this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can stream it, buy it digitally, and it's available physically as a CD and double LP. Definitely strap yourself in for this one because this is definitely some top quality doom here. So again, the album is Reflections by Godthrymm. This is released on Profound Lore Records. Definitely check this one out. And for a score, I'm going to give this a very strong 9 out of 10. Definitely one of the best doom metal records of 2020, and I'm looking forward to this gaining some traction in the coming months and years ahead. So, if you happen to have heard this album, definitely let me know what you think about it and how you feel about it, or any of you guys into Godthrymm, definitely let me know. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel, and until next time, Army Hell out.